Like I say, uh, a lot of people didn't really have money back then. Like worker only was being paid like a bit or two or three, and I was doing continuous pay raises basically though. Like the Panama Canal, we're going to be getting continuous pay raises, and then they were going to also get, we started, work started out as a bit. Like you would get a bit for just basically hanging out on the job sites and just running a shovel, or just wandering, just as runner, you get like a bit a day or 2 bits a day, or something like that. A lot of people looked at me as basically like the slave king. Well, I mean, I invented the concept of slavery. Basically, as basically a paid worker or a person that is not a relation working in your family business. So basically, pretty much, if you because back then, usually with 14 kids and 25 kids, you would, it'd be you and your 14 kids or 25 kids. So, so what is a person that isn't related to you and is working on your farm? So, I invented the word slavery or salary or slavery or something like that. It's basically because people are like, well, what do we call these people? Because usually back in the old days, if you had anyone that wasn't related to you, and let them into your house or a friend or I don't know, you know, so so I was paying my slaves, basically, because and technically everyone's like my slave because you're of non-relation, as in I'm your creator, I'm your leader, your lord, and also basically I'm thousands or trillions of years old, and like I say, I don't really care. I mean, a lot of people are like, no one's ever gonna believe, no one's ever gonna believe, Brian. It's like, my name's Lucifer Star, dude. It's Lucifer Starline. Look it up. And for years they're saying Lucifer Starline lie or Lucifer lies, blah blah blah, cast out Lucifer. And it's like, yeah, you're just whacked. And it's Lucifer Star, by the way. Lucifer Starline. You're just kind of crazy. And I don't really care. It's just my vacation. I spent 99 trillion years. Like Rodney was like, it's like, you're bluffing, you're lying, you're bluffing, you're lying. There's nothing coming at us. Blah blah blah. It's like, Rodney, it doesn't matter what you care, what you think, or what lies you've told the rest of the world, the rest of the population, or told to the future, or something like that. Like, I mean, there is matter on great big and a fair amount of it coming our way, and it's been coming this way for quite a long time, and probably going to keep coming, regardless. So, wasn't a threat, wasn't a bluff, just a simple fact. I made two galaxies that would orbit each other, pass by each other. So, yeah, I just started the particle creation process for two whole galaxies. Woo! Who gives a fuck? One is possibly antimatter or negatively charged particles or some shit. I don't really care. And Rodney or somebody was like, well, we're going to go conquer that galaxy. Like, you're crazy. Like, you're really whacked. It takes you millions or billions or some amount of time to get there. Just do what? Really? Space war really doesn't work, I guess you could try it. So anyway, I don't know, because, you'll never, by the time you get there, you're going to be 90 or 1,000 years old. So yeah, life forms really can't do space war like that. Like, unless you're going to be like, oh, fire, photon torpedoes. Oh, where's my juice? Oh, my back. Oh, damn. Number one, get the stretcher. I need to straighten my back again. Yes, raise shields. At 90 years old or 1,000 years old. Like, it takes hundreds of years normally to get to another galaxy or some other star, or millions of years. Like, you'll be 90. So a lot of people were like, we're gonna get them. We're gonna go out there. We're gonna kill all your guys on the other galaxy, or kill all your people on the other galaxy. And I was like, oh well, I guess that's gonna be a problem in 600 trillion years. Or I mean 600 billion years. Yeah. How long you got to live? Anyway, so when they first got me, like they were gonna go conquer the universe and take those resources or take that gold or take that, I don't know. So yeah, so a lot of people are like, he's crazy. You know, at the same time they're like, Lucifer starts lying. He's crazy. He's lying. He's crazy. You know, it's like. So I didn't even say anything. Yeah, I was just like, yeah, they're gonna go conquer the galaxy or some shit like that. Yeah, nuclear planet, space war, woohoo. Planet for a while. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't really. I mean, space war doesn't really work. You know. I mean, I guess they could try it. First time for everything. I'm mostly just a pacifist. I just cruise around. But they were gonna, get on my ships and I don't know, blah 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 blah. Go ask Trumpy or Nixon or some fuckhead. I was on Earth or somewhere. I don't know. I don't care. They conquer Rodney. I don't know. So they're gonna go over to some other galaxy, some other planet. They can take it over. Anyway, we'll force them to surrender. Like I said, they were gonna go over to another star, and then and get them to surrender, or they would kill me. And it's like, well, it's gonna take you a long time to get to that other star. So yeah, want to play Parcheesi? I mean, and this was like some amount of time ago when they had me, and they were taking over. I guess the universe. I don't know. So anyway, I don't really know. I really don't care. It's like, yeah, it was interesting. It was really interesting. I mean, just imagine you're just this little kid on vacation, basically. You're Lucifer Star actually, and like they're hiding the fact that you're Lucifer Star, and trying to say like, oh, he's just a child. No one will ever believe a child. And all this and that, and it's like, and then they're planning to kill me after they get to this other planet or this other galaxy, and they get them to surrender. And it's like, do you know how far it is? Do you know how long it takes to get to another star? Like, are you actually a rational human being, a rational life form? Or are you completely insane? Dude, get off the drugs. Just say no. The whole just say no program, by the way, was my thing too, by the way. Yeah, I just didn't think, well, mostly I just didn't want children doing drugs. It's like kids. You're 17 years old. I know you want to go out there, you want to smoke a cigarette, you want to get drunk, you want to do a lot of things, but look, you're still developing. You're going to be developing for some amount of time until you're like, I don't know, whatever age. Like, you should wait to put nasty stuff inside your body. And, give, stay sober for a while. Don't start smoking cigarettes at age 6 or 9 or 12 or anything else like that. Like, I love you. I care about you. You're my wonderful life form. So, in the name of the Creator, could you just chill for a while? On that one? I'm Lord Lucifer Star, the Lucifer Star. Believe it or not, whatever. I don't care. I've been through a lot. Doesn't matter to me. And like I say, hugs and snuggles. I'm not Abraham Lincoln. I'm not Jimmy Carter. I'm not whatever. I'm not Rodney Bradley. I'm not Rick Bush. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, but you're my greatest creation, and something that I put a lot of time and effort into, and I really cared about you. So yeah, you think you could wait until you're like 18 or 20? So anyway, yeah, and most people looked at it as people as like, they're fucked in the head. And there are two ways of saying it. They're shit. Trying to get away with something. Rodney was trying to say that he was my father or the original Lucifer, real Lucifer Star, and I was his son. And it's like, actually, I had German parents. And they were really good, really nice, really loving parents. And they were actually assassins or basically trained warriors, pretty much, or something like that. And I've had a lot of parents, a lot of people. I've had whole planets that looked at me as their son or their offspring or whatever. And it's like, because I loved the feeling. I loved having parents. Like I said, hundreds of billions, trillions of years, had never had parents. So at one point in time, I had a whole planet, and they had their son, and they had me, and I loved it. I really cared about them. I was really worried about them, and they did a lot of things worrying about me, because they knew what would happen in the future. So, and they looked at me as just this little child that was growing up, and they really cared about me, and I really cared about them. So, I have a lot of memories of basically, they worried about me a lot, the whole planet. They worried about what was going to happen to me in the future, and about the coming years, and everything else like that. So they did a lot of stuff just for me, just to make sure that I'd be okay. So, and it really meant a lot to me. So, that's why I say Rodney, Rick Bush, and all these other fucking idiots, they don't understand. I mean, I was really fortunate, really lucky, and anyway, yeah. I mean, like I say, I was rich enough to own a planet. I owned them, but and like I said, that's another thing that really meant a lot to the Irish and everybody else on the planet, is that it didn't matter. I mean, money didn't matter to me. I mean, I had hundreds of planets, but I still cared about them and loved them. So, anyway, and tried to make their life better and all that. Anyway, so that's why, like I said, I don't give a fuck anymore. And you wouldn't understand. You don't understand. And I said that's why JFK, Jimmy Carter, Richard Nixon, and everyone, they were just fucking jealous. I had a whole planet. I had planets devoted to me. I had a whole life form types devoted to me. And I was just as devoted to them. So, he was jealous. They were jealous. They were really fucking jealous that whole worlds would actually go to court on my behalf and actually try and even straighten out the mess of what is, what they were going to be doing to me. Like I said, Rick Bush and Rodney Briley, and a lot of people were like, we saved you, blah, blah, blah. It's like, bull fucking shit. You didn't fucking save me. You didn't fucking help me. I know who saved me. I know who helped me. Probably the Queen of England, a couple other people around the world, some quick draws or quick shots, a whole bunch of other people. The people cared about me. The people saved me. So like when these little pieces of shit were coming up to me going, you saved me, we saved you. I mean, Bonnie and Clyde. Like they were like, well, we've been stealing from you this whole entire time, so we're going to help you out. They did some stuff for me or something like that. Because I was cool with them. I was like, you know what? I don't care about the money. Just come in, tell your side of the story. Because like I say, the investigation basically showed that pretty much it wasn't Bonnie and Clyde. They were upstairs in a room. And there's this one guy, he was psychotic, he was psycho, and he panicked or freaked out or just, it was just an accident. They had nothing to do with it. So, and maybe he had a grudge or something against Bonnie and Clyde or were trying to prove something. So, I was just like, I don't care about the money. I just want you to stop. I understand that maybe you didn't hurt anyone, and they had pulled off like 50 bank jobs, and no one had ever gotten hurt, or something like that. So I was like, you know what? I don't even really give a fuck about the money. Like, it doesn't matter to me.